Live. Reach now.
We lie, y'all, boy. We got the
And
water.
then I feel like a little bugger had just
Hmm.
like I ain't get them good.
We lie, y'all, boy. Kiddo got bug in his nose.
Yeah.
They got my Just
So
Water from Jaden Smith. This was actually a good little project, man.
what that box water?
Yeah, cause how do you buy up water? Like, how do you be like, hey, I won't buy y'all water. I won't put them in carbon, a
You can go
carbon,
in you can go in anybody's house
a carton
and just
box.
ask them, let me buy some of your water out your sink and just
No,
ball it up.
no, ain't nobody want that toxic water. Them boy claim that's good water. You fresh from the spring.
That's creating opportunities for the community.
It really is though. They got it on the packaging. They say they put back into the community that they get the water from.
Man. I had some like that, but in a blue bottle.
Yeah, I got that one too. But I finished drinking that one. I ain't gonna tell the lemon one. Cause it's just water, water, water. Where y'all boy at, man?
Yeah, we're
Talking
okay, all right here.
on.
Black Panda.
What going on, Black Panda? Black Panda, I feel y'all boy. Cause see, I in my cat mode too. Y'all see my bear. My dog,
You know who
he
you look like? I ain't lie, you look like dog off of Dragon Ball Z.
what dog?
Beards.
What
The
powers they
blue
got? If they got
the
flying
little
powers,
blue
then I
thing with
can't
the
claim
hair.
them, boy. I ain't know who that is. I ain't have watched Dragon Ball Z. I know that boy.
Oh
But I ain't cat mode.
no.
Them cats that be on the in the comedic balls. That cat
Hey y'all.
mode.
I'm gonna say it like how I feel like they saying it on it. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hi.
That's how them boy think we talking in South for real now. Them boy think we sound like TV. Like matter of fact, y'all know how Sandy be talking off of SpongeBob. That's how them boy think we sound now. They be like, all
Yeah.
people from the South do not sound like that, like at all.
Hold up. Let me look at
What
this thing.
going on? Yo, I be on TikTok because that's all my students be on TikTok, and it's this song "Back in Blood" is like stuck in my head. That's what like that music really be programming us because it be songs that's so dumb, but it gets stuck in your head.
Yeah.
And they be
Like
singing
that
that
song,
song
boy.
all day. Get it back in blood, and then the Just Water song. It's just water, water, water,
Water.
water. Which I'm cool with the water song, y'all boy. But all them other songs, I feel like them churns shouldn't be listening to unless people gonna break it down what it mean. Cause them churn need to be listening to that type of content. And you know what going
The,
on.
the secular music. They need the little children to be
Yeah.
listening to gospel.
They ain't know what that is either. They just singing them. You ask them what them words mean, they ain't know. They ain't know what going on.
So listen, we for everybody who already in here, we talking about we're gonna be talking about talking white, talking whites.
Talking white.
Is there such thing as talking white or talking black?
Can you
You know what
talk?
I'm saying?
Okay. I love this topic, y'all boy. Cause like a lot of people be asking, can people who not black be Geechee? And I know it be confusing because if you from the hood or if you even Geechee, you know it be a couple of people who not black, but they talk like us. And to me, I feel like people only act that way when it comes to our culture because if I let's say I was adopted by a white family, you know, of course I wouldn't sound Geechee. I would talk like my white family because more likely they probably lived in what a predominantly white neighborhood. They would put me in a predominantly white school, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
talk like the people around me, you know. Um, but people not gonna be like, okay, so that makes you white now. You know, I'm still gonna be black. There's gonna be like, okay, you black, but you sound white. So it's the same thing with like we got white people who grew up around us. You know, they may talk like us, but that doesn't make you Geechee. You just a white person. You know, who picked up on the dialect or language of the culture that you're around, which is the dominant culture. You know,
Right.
you grew up around Gullah Geechee people off Gullah Geechee person raised you, which is still pretty common. A lot of people don't know that. Back in the day, they forced us to be nannies, which that still goes on today. Because like that opioid addiction, that thing's starting fierce in the white communities now. Y'all think
Mm-hmm.
crack swept through the black communities? Listen, that opioid is sweeping through white communities like crack
Yeah,
did our
opioids is
communities in the
real bad.
80s.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Like that thing bad. Okay. But back to the topic at hand, there is such thing as talking white and talking black. But I feel like a lot of people get confused. They be like, you can't talk a color. Of course not. We talking about race stuff. We talking about culture. Because ain't language attached to your culture.
Right. Right. That is true, man.
But I think you're confused though, because not all black people who may not speak AAVE or Gullah Geechee, that doesn't mean they're trying to act white. It's just that's just the mannerism that they picked up on, and it could be because they wasn't even allowed to speak AAVE or Geechee. We talk a lot about how people done got the Geechee beat out of them, So if you wasn't allowed to speak that way, and they telling you
Big conditional shit.
to speak like the family you see on what's the family, the Brady Bunch, you know, or to mimic the little white kids, then of course you're gonna pick up on that. Um, and I know some people gonna be mad, but honestly, y'all, where did English come from? Why do we even speak English today? Who colonized us?
Right. Yeah.
So English
Hey,
and
hey, buddy,
English
you
is
gotta
a
accept it. We're the dominant culture, and we're gonna have to
English is
face
a
them.
part of white culture. Like it is what it is. English is a part of white culture, but I look at it as we bilingual, man. We bilingual, we multilingual. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with it. But I do know some people they feel some kind of way if for people who only speak Gullah-Geechee or AABE, and for people who only speak Buckra, that's the term we came up with, Buckra American English, which is our definition of really just talking white. Cause that's really what it is. When people be wanting us
Yeah.
to code switch, when I've been in school, what they tell
Yeah.
you, they want
Literally.
you to sound like Billy and a boy. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I mean. My teacher telling me, you need to
Yeah.
sound more like Hunter. Like what's going on?
Damn.
You know,
Hunter. No, you ain't sound like Hunter, boy.
them boy want you to sound like Hunter, sound like Karen, them boy. And that really, honestly, that really boils down to racism. It's linguistic racism, linguistic discrimination. You
Yeah.
know,
The speech
and
class,
and
the
just
speech class, and all that. The meds.
right, and them buckers so fool. Cause how them boy gonna script us from our continent, our language, tell us you can't speak that Negro English, that Negro language, but then
Yeah.
them boy made it illegal for us to even learn how to read or write in English. Which is how we was able to develop our own lingo. Cause it's like, okay, we still got to be able to communicate, and y'all made it illegal for us. We had to sneak and read, so we
Yeah.
can understand what's going on. You know and then gonna get mad
Don't
because
get
we was
that.
able to create
Don't get
create
that
our own
sneaking
language.
reading. I'm gonna tell you about that reading, boy.
Them about to fool up, y'all.
Yeah, it's a such thing as talking. I mean, I think it's a such thing as talking white and talking black. And like you said, I don't think it's about no color. You know that. Stop being foolish. But then at the same time, though, I ain't gonna lie. My whole thing is I absolutely positively do not explain myself or argue with white people about anything. So that just my stance. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to. That's not my job to educate them on anything. So I just let them have it because that's how it is sometimes. You know how I go. Shoot,
Yeah.
let them boy have the flow. Like like you do the kids. Let them run along. Like you carry on.
My thing is like there's so many resources and it been so many people before us who been educating white people, and I forgot who the heck I was listening to. But dumb boy said like he ain't even cause like what's his name? The Einstein. He even said it himself, like racism is a mental disorder. So instead of teaching white people, they need to be treated, for racism. Honestly, because is racism not a mental illness? Is that not a
Yeah,
mental illness? Like they really
that's a
came up with
defect.
this
A
construct
defect of the mind.
of
Yeah.
race.
What you give them?
Them boy, I ain't know. Them boy gonna need some type of therapy and training. Also because like just how them boy think is like it just is it's insane. And then they impose their beliefs on the other people. Like America. Let's America, for example, they call it what, the melting pot, but is it really a melting pot? Do you really welcome people outside of your culture? Not really, because the only way you're accepted is if you assimilate into America's culture, you know? And if you can't assimilate into America's culture, then you are the oddball out, or your way of living is broken. That's the only reason why when somebody who does not speak, why we got such thing as standard English, it all boils down to racism, because who are you to say American English is the only standard? Because if you go to the UK, that's a whole different type of English that them boys speak.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, to say that's a standard, to me, that boils down to racism, that boils down to the mental illness. And it really is, like I said, y'all boy, I read a lot, like a whole lot. So I probably take a break from reading. If you look at how horrible them lynchings was, and they had their kids, like, that was an event, a family function. Imagine we had a cookout, a barbecue, whatever, and we got somebody strung up from a tree out cheering all them boy right there. And if you look at them pictures, them boy been smiling. They
Yeah.
wasn't traumatized. Them boy been smiling, smiling. Okay, so to me, that's a mental illness. Like, you a mental illness that you think just because our skin, our hair touch, our physical features is different from you, that means we not as human as you are. To me, that's a mental illness, and the boy need to be treated. I don't know what type of treatment the
But
boy need.
it done gone away though. They ain't like that no more.
They is definitely like that. That's why that Bucker man just shoot up all them Asian people. Them boy mentally ill. If you even look at the people who doing mass shootings, it's white males. Like, I
Yeah.
just being 100. Them boy,
Boy.
them boy need help. Them boy need help. And honestly,
Professional shooter.
m- my energy is for our community. Like, that ain't gonna be my job to help them boy. Exactly, exactly. I could pronounce y'all name wrong. My bad. I'm gonna say fitness. F fitness. You right. You right. Cause look at Michelle Obama. If you've been blind and you heard Michelle Obama, you would know that's still a black woman. You would know that's still a black woman. And that's why I say, when people be like, "Oh, you talking white," it's more than just the word you speak. It's also the tones. And just it's the whole package, because it's certain tones and stuff that people say along with it, because there's a lot of black people who use, I guess, quote unquote, proper English or correct grammar, but you can still understand, okay, that's a black person that I'm talking to on the phone. So you was right about that one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say you agree with that, yeah? Man say ain't no help yet. Not for
I
them.
mean, honestly, I teach churn, and I got churn of all different races in my classroom. I just try to teach them boy to be, to respect everybody, and also to embrace diversity, because that's also the problem. Just like how black people, we're bombarded with negative images, right? Everything you hear, even down to the music, is always kill this black person, kill that black person, beat this person, blah blah blah. But with white people, it's the opposite. They have a whole slew of positive images, so, and they think everything has to be about them. So, like, there's help for them, but I ain't the one to help them, boy. My energy is to help our people, because we need help. And I feel like, white allies, that's your goal. It's to help them boy out. Organizing your own community, that's my thing. That's when I tell a lot of people, they be like, "Oh, I want to be an ally, how can I help?" I say, "Hey, we can do some things and stand in solidarity, but honestly, at the end of the day, go in your community and organize. Because if your backyard ain't clean, how can you clean up my backyard when your backyard nasty?"
Yeah,
That's how I look at them.
yeah. Can't pull a log out of nigga eye
You
and get
know,
one of yours.
but I ain't gonna say no help for them. But at least not the churn, because I work with churn. I feel like there's help for churn, but once you get older, yeah, I feel like older people get stuck in their ways, which is
We
why
lock in,
I
we
limit
lock
I
in.
limit my teaching to
Don't tell me nothing.
18 and under. 18 and under. Salute to y'all who dive into adult education, because them boy be stuck in their ways, man. Them boy, if them boy been raised up believing 2 + 2 is 6, and you try to tell them boy no he ain't, them
Don't tell them.
they could beat you down, tell you lying. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm like, uh.
Listen, somebody say, they say it's not about what you say, It's about the tone of your voice when you say it.
Facts. That's facts. That is so facts. And honestly, if y'all got children or anybody who's around children, that's why also I feel like it's important to teach our children Gullah Geechee and AABE because to me it's also a cultural marker. You know, like if you go somewhere, you know, like to a new school or a new place, and if you don't sound like even us as Gullah Geechee, I spent some time when I was like 12, 13. I was spent some time in Colombia. So I was the all ball out. You know, even though everybody we all spoke AABE, but my AABE was different. You know, it had a low, a low twang to it. They were like, "Where you from?" You know, it was the all ball out, but it's a cultural marker. Cause they be like, "Hey, where you from?" And also, I feel like that's a way that we know are you safe to be around us? Because we associate people who sound closer to white people are the ones who've been oppressing us. So a lot of people, they look at you kind of funny when it's like, okay, you black, but you don't sound black. What's going on
Yeah,
there?
yeah. At first,
Are you cool? Will you harm us like the
for a
people
second.
who speak like you have harmed us, or are you cool? That's what I found because like Charleston had a bad rep. Going back to that's the point I was making. Charleston had a bad rep of being this like for some reason I don't know they be like Charleston is just like dangerous or whatever. So and my job like 12, 13. So when they heard my accent, people immediately was like, "Oh, you from Charleston? Oh, them boy do root, or they ain't even saying them boy because they from Columbia, but they was like, oh, y'all do roots and a whole bunch of stuff just because of the way that I was speaking. They already had um all these opinions about who I was before I really even got to explain who I was. My accent spoke for me, but it really was based on stereotypes. But
Right. Oh wow.
word. My bad, y'all know why I saying word. Word, I saying word for Terica. Listen, we do, because our community is full up. We need more mental health counselors. Thank you for highlighting her comment. Listen, our community is full up, plum
Yeah.
full. You know how you
I'm
certain
here.
levels of fullness? You got
Yeah.
full up, plum full. Our community is plum full. Plum.
Cool,
So
cool.
I salute you, sis. Please bring it on back to the community and we can link up and do something with the churn. Cause that's what my heart is at with them babies. Cause them babies be so traumatized. I work with low baby churn 3 and 4. Ain't even been on this earth that long and they already coming angry. Oh, I hate myself. And I'm just like, you
Yeah.
only been living for like 4 years. What's going on? Why you hate yourself? You know? No, but you're right. You're
Mm,
right. That that mental health is important.
she said she bought it, man. You down to doing for real, Terica? Harrison? That'd be cool as
Oh,
hell,
look
right?
at Sweetie Pie.
Hey, so real quick though, to the whole thing where you say it ain't about what you say, it's how you say it. So let me ask you, if a white man walk up to you right now, shake your hand and say, "How you doing, nigga?" He ain't say it rough
Yeah,
or nothing. I mean,
No, no, but honestly, but even what you saying, Chris, that depends on the person because you do got some black people who they are okay. For example, 6ix9ine, but some people can argue, oh, but he's not white to me. First of all, he's a white Latino. That's a white man. He be saying the N word all up in his songs. So some people are cool with that. But I ain't one of them cool people. I feel like it doesn't matter how sweet you say it. If you're not black, you don't get to say the N word, whether you say with an ER or with an A. You don't get to say that.
so
That
with
does
a
not get
soft
to
tone,
fly
you can say with
fly
a
out
soft
your
tone.
mouth.
You can't say with a
Mm-mm.
soft tone and get out. Hey,
Can't
nigga.
say him at all. Can't. It's too much baggage with that word. And we did a lot, and
Yeah,
that's just the beauty of us and how we create things and how we create things out of nothing. They use that word to demean us. So we had to find ways to really flip that word around, and we the only race of people who was able to do that. We had to flip that word around to make it positive because they just like I said, they bombard us with so many negative images, and that's why you have a lot of black people who they think so negatively about themselves and other black people. Because we have been conditioned to feel that way about ourselves. So which is why we flip the
yeah,
script, even being Geechee. For a long time, even to this day, you still got people who are ashamed of being Geechee. But because of the work we doing and others, now we flipping that around. Being Geechee ain't a badge of shame, is not really a badge of honor. And that's really what we did with the N-word too. You know?
right. Yeah. To be to be my nigga. You can be my nigga.
Mm-mm. If you're not black, if you're not melanated, don't say that around me. Like I said, I know some other folks they fine with that, but I ain't one of them. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, you ain't cool. You ain't cool, what's the problem? You said it. You get to say it. Why can't I say it? Come on now. They beat me like that.
Oh, my bad, Teresa. Oh, that's see, I like how they spell it like that. You said her name Teresa, just spelled with a C. But yeah, man. But we need y'all boy out y'all, man. Anybody in mental health or any type of therapy, y'all. Like we need that because our people we've been stressed out honestly since them boys stole us from the continent and forced us to come over here and work. We've been stressing. So like a lot, all of us can use some mental health treatment. Even down to like our language, y'all. Is a lot of trauma with the way that we speak. That's why so many of these churn, like they don't be wanting to speak because every time they speak, somebody shutting them boy down, especially in the school. Cause like, oh, that's
Yeah,
broken English. Oh, don't sound like that. Why do you sound like that? And everybody constantly picking on you about the way that you speak. You ain't gonna at one point, then you just gonna stop talking. You be like, man, ain't even no point in me talking. Ain't
right.
even no point in me talking. And then when you got, that's when they start to act out and disrupt the behaviors. But then the teacher's like, well, I don't know what's going on. You is what's
Give them,
going on.
give them some bright and early orange juice.
Like,
Bright and early orange juice with a muffin. Give them a bunch of sugar and send them on their way.
but word job, boy. Talking white and talking black.
Hold up, what I say? Oh, it's talking the white people sound. English sometimes we sound like. Yeah, like your boy Obama. Remember Obama? You could close your eye, you could tell my man was been black. He's what he's saying about the tone.
And he's also extremely multilingual because if y'all see him when he's around black people, even his whole mannerisms switch up, and
Mm-hmm.
that is a part of us being multilingual and us as black people really identifying with that term because even the whole term proper English, I'm really trying to delete that from my vocabulary because I don't feel like there's no such thing as proper English. I don't feel like there's no such thing as a standard English. I feel like that we're just in a
So
that's
you don't
white
see the
supremacy.
Queen's English as a standard form of
Hell,
English.
oh, I was about to curse. No, because to me, Geechee is my proper way of speaking. That's my standard way of speaking. That's my
That
first
ain't not but
language.
that ain't not but voodoo Negro language, and I don't want to hear that. That's what kind of
to them
English do
boy
you
in
see as
to
superior?
them boy in the school, it probably is because they really look at them children like they got three heads when they start speaking Geechee.
They do. They
Like
see
them
them
children
sharing
got three
them sharing
heads.
guitar. Like that one lady, I ain't gonna say nothing. You can look like you know what the hell to
But I
do.
feel like it's necessary. That's why I feel like we need to look at each other as being multilingual. Because being that, we it's this country, this ain't a Geechee country. So of course we do have to learn other languages. Just me being inside the school, I have noticed I have a lot of my children they speak Spanish. So I'm trying to pick up on Spanish just so I can communicate. It's really all about communication. So I feel like we should make sure we proud to speak Geechee and learn as much as we can and also learn English enough to where we are able to communicate. And also I would honestly recommend that we learn Spanish as well. But that's just me. That is my personal thing. Like I said, if you are community service based, because I see a lot of my students only speak Spanish, so I want to make sure I'm able to communicate with anybody that I'm interacting with, especially if I'm trying to teach them boys something. You feel me? So that's how I look at it. But we're left out of those bilingual conversations. They just see black children who don't speak standard English, quote unquote, as having a disability, which is to me going back that is white
Yeah,
supremacy doing its job.
disability.
Because how you gonna say them children got a disability because they don't speak English, but they can communicate in their own language. You know,
Gotta go to a different type of class and all.
Right. And of course they're not gonna know American English if they was raised in a household where they only speak Gullah Geechee or a form of black English. It's like you're throwing them in a whole new environment where they gotta speak a whole new language without anybody really teaching them that language. And to me, that's really just how smart some of our churn is. to be able to pick up on it because ain't nobody taught me how to be bilingual or code switch. I had to pick that up on my own, you know?
The boy say, is there any Hispanics living on God Geechee land? Absolutely.
Plenty
That's
of them.
yeah. Hispanics living on plenty of land all over the United States.
You even got some. Remember, we went to Hilton Head, and one of the educators, because she a teacher as well, she said it's even starting to mix. Like one of her students said something in Spanish, but they mixed it with Geechee. Because like I said, we live in close proximity, so our cultures are going to mix and fuse. Regardless, since we live close to each other, so it's a lot. Hey, don't
Hey,
be
little
sneaking that
dude.
band practice.
Or low sense, or I don't know. What are the
Janaloo,
General
my
General
bad, y'all. Charleston County Education, pardon the
Long enough for
mispronouncing.
me.
Appreciate you tuning in, but don't miss band practice. We
Oh,
gonna need
that
them. Listen, that music, that was one of our first forms of communication. That music important, y'all. Y'all know they had banned the drums in South Carolina because them boy had used that for the rebellion with the Stoner Rebellion. Them boy been beating on the drums. See, and that's why literacy is so important. Cause them boy been speaking. Them boy had wrote a banner that said liberty, and them boy just been beating on the drum, screaming in the street, saying liberty, and everybody else been joining in on them boy, and they've been burning down plantation, they've been chopping off the bucker head, like, because I mean, white supremacy is violent, and that's all white supremacy, understand. I'm not telling anybody to go be violent. I'm just saying what white supremacy have showed us over and over again. I feel like history doesn't really lie if you look at it.
history don't lie, but I can tell you one thing history do. It makes some damn good movies.
Now the movie be lying. The movies cap, full of pure trash. Oh, speaking of movies, I don't know if y'all on this. Somebody had said, what was the name of that movie?
Which one?
Con Crack. I don't know if y'all seen this. Somebody said we didn't check out this movie. I don't know if any of y'all seen it. It's about a Bucker man who was teaching some Gullah Geechee children on the island because the person said they didn't like it because nobody had an accent. But what had stood out when I looked up what this movie was about, them boys said a handsome Caucasian teacher was teaching poor blacks at a school. I'm like, what? What kind of description is that?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, damn, it gotta be all that. Mm. I can't remember. What do you call it now? You gotta text them to me, innit?
I I think did I? I ain't know. I don't know if it's con crack or con whack. I gotta look that up.
Contract. Correct. I know. You ain't saying that.
Oh, we got more comments. Where? Oh, the con rack. Thank you, Brooklyn born
Contract.
83.
There you go.
Yeah,
um,
I'm gonna try to find it so we can do a
Brooklyn born
review.
83.
But honestly, how they describing that movie, he already see trash.
Let me see. Contract.
Oh, Jafia or Jafia, my bad. Senorita, my bad if I mispronounce your name. I have lived other places other than my homeland. I spent some time in foster care, so I honestly been bounced around in South Carolina. I lived in a place called Conway, Columbia, some place called North District. Them boy had me all over. Cause see, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all boy how people talk about the school to prison pipeline, but that foster care to prison pipeline is huge. So dumb boy, that's the Conrack man. That thing already look full up right there. But them boys shipped me away from Charleston because they said, well, she keep running away, so let me ship her from areas out that she's not familiar with. Does that not sound like slavery? Like I was on an auction block within the DSS system? Like really? So I have been to other places other than Charleston. And it was weird because, like I said, some of them boy was they was like, "Oh, you from Charleston?" It was either like they wanted to be my friend because Charleston had a reputation of being dangerous, so they're like, "Well, let me hang out with her," or they either was like scared. And mind you, I'm not that big. I'm like 5'1", so imagine that 12. I'm probably like 4'10", The boy been scared just because I've been from Charleston. I guess it's really like Chris we call it Negro English, Negro Voodoo language.
Yeah, there
Cause
you go.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's right.
oh wow.
Negro voodoo language. Get
Yeah,
it
our
out of
language
here.
got power, y'all boy. Our language got power.
Man. Yeah, I don't love
You see that comment? That boy
what?
said, "Let that movie stay buried. Don't watch him."
Yeah.
Somebody told us to watch him. Don't watch him.
Yeah, somebody said to watch them and then review them. So
If it's not free, I ain't gonna watch him because I ain't about to pay to watch him now.
yeah, you can watch them. Let me see. If, I'm gonna see if it's free right now.
If it ain't on one of these streaming
But you know
services,
what
I
though?
already done
Somebody
paid
said
for
let
it.
them stay buried. Might be for a
That movie
reason.
must be that trash. Is it that trash? I mean, it sound pretty trash. That's it. We need our own. Listen, we need our own media. If y'all don't know Marcus Garvey is, please look that man up. To me, listen, I salute that man every day, cause like
Yeah,
he really had black folk united. Like not even like he was like blacks united all over. Whether you were African in America, you were African in Europe, or you were African on the Caribbean islands, like we just need to be linked up and united. And he really controlled the media. Propaganda. If y'all look at American government, they propaganda is really how they get a lot of stuff done. And they created their own media, which to me was crazy because this was before we ain't had no social they ain't had no social media technology. They've been literally sneaking newspapers and letting people know what's going on. Them boy made a Black Star Line, which a ship now, a whole ship. They had a black doll factory. Like they was really out here. And that's what we need.
and
We need to control
that
our own
Black Star
images.
Line was important because um that was the means of trade. You know, for them boys to
Yep.
be able to trade overseas and whatnot on
Like
that
what
ship
they
right there.
own. Like could y'all imagine if we linked up with a country in Africa and we importing rice, or whatever grains or whatever we need. Like we would be unstoppable, man. Unfreaking stoppable. I feel like we can do that because if he was able to do that in back in the day without as much resources that we have now, I feel like we can make that junk happen now. Because to me, my mind, like I'm still blown away with so much he accomplished during that time. Like he had them boy out there. Them boy been proud up too now. He been cutting up on them boy now. If y'all hear any of his interviews, he been cutting up on them boy. He been like, I don't want to take all black folk back to Africa. Some of y'all Negroes no good, yeah. Y'all ain't gonna be no good there. He been playing with them boy for real, but he ain't lying. Cause some of them boy can be chaotic, man. We can't bring nobody that's chaotic to the tribe. No sir.
It looked like that kind of movie, Brooklyn Born. It looked like that kind of movie, bro, for real. The basically a white savior movie.
Yeah,
See,
that's what
dog,
it look
stand
like.
over all them boy, yeah,
It look
and then
like
the boy called him man
it look
handsome,
like losing Isaiah.
stand over everybody. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, oh, that's funny. Have you been to Florence? Hell yeah.
Yeah, been influence. I actually got people influence. So if y'all know any Smiths, them my peoples. Smiths, Allens, Pearsons, who else? I got peoples all over.
I didn't work out there. You know, I worked out there quite a bit. Florence,
Y'all be
Hartsville, and all
saying
that. You
Bo. My cousin
know,
them from Florence be saying Bo a lot. Bo,
yeah.
Bo, Bo.
Hey,
And he
boy,
be
hey,
saying,
boy, hey, boy,
he be laughing
hey,
at me
boy.
saying, you be speaking that Geechee gotcha. I be like, what is that?
Hey, hold up real quick. I gotta get a cop. So I must have, I was up to drink. I'm
That
out
man
to
thirsty.
I'm out to drive.
Where y'all? Looking at these comments, y'all. Make sure we pronounce them. There's pages in Lake City. Honestly, I ain't know, man, cause y'all know, like, if y'all just getting on, we was mentioning mental health earlier. A lot of black families is full up, plum fool. So my family kind of all scattered about. A lot of people ain't talking to each other. So I could have family in Lake City that I don't know of. A lot of people tell me there's some pages on Johns Island, but I don't know. But we could be. I would say let's just link and see. Because I want to know my family. I still trying to figure out what my roots is. I can't go past my great grandmother. That's the furthest I have been, at least that I know of. So I ain't know. Love y'all boy too, man. Listen, because there would be no Geesh experience without y'all boy. I want y'all to know that. That's what we always tell people. Y'all be like, oh, I love you. I love what y'all do. We appreciate it, but just know we love y'all right back. Because there would be no us if it wasn't for y'all.
Amen. Mm.
We do need a Black United Union and allies. For real. For real, for real. For real, for real. Bella. For real, Bella. Oh, yeah, I got your name right. Word, I got your name right. Word.
Bam.
Yeah, no, Charleston County education ain't the best. It is not the best. My my boyfriend from
Don't
New
do that.
York,
Don't blame.
it's not. It's not. My boyfriend from New York, y'all, and the stuff they've been teaching us and they going high school, even learning in elementary school. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh dang. Honestly, I feel like that's by design though. Them boys want us to be dumb. Because I learned so much just by teaching myself. My little diploma from Star High School ain't really had mean nothing. But shout out to them
Girl,
Star High
hey,
School,
that's,
Star
girl,
Wars.
that's prestigious high school. That's the top low quality school of all schools. Star Wars cool though.
It honestly was, and see me, I like to be around my people because my first year of high school, I went to Fort Dorchester, at least back in the day, it was a predominantly white. I don't know what they going on now, but it was predominantly white. I didn't feel comfortable. Um, and again, that was before I really understood what Geechee meant. I didn't really. I knew I was Geechee because everybody would say that when I opened my mouth, but I had no idea what Gullah Geechee meant. So it was just like, what in the world is going on? I was questioning my identity because I'm around all these white churn, and the white teachers is like, what are you saying? You got to speak. So we got all these essays. I was just like, bruh, get me up out of her. I was so happy when I transferred this star. I'm like, yes, I can
Oh,
be
cool.
me.
Could you please answer this question right here?
Which way? Is Gullah Geechee Nation largely Christian or traditional? Honestly, you would have to ask the Gullah Geechee Nation that. Because, I mean, if you mean by just Gullah Geechee people, period, because, there's like a
I think that's
membership
what
of
he.
Gullah Geechee.
I think that's what he asking.
Oh, you mean like, oh, okay, like, okay, okay. I just want to clarify. If you're talking about us as people, because, there's a Gullah Geechee
Yeah,
Nation
because
membership,
there
and then
is
there's
a
Gullah Geechee
nation.
people. But as a whole, no. Like, and then you even gotta think about when we came over here, a lot of us we came from diverse religious backgrounds. Not all of us was Christian, not all of us were Muslim, not all of us even subscribe to an organized religion. So honestly, it's a mixture, and especially now because you got a lot of us, especially our generation, we even moving away from Christianity. At least at least from Western Christianity. Cause a lot of people they get scared when we say that, but at least Western Christianity, because again, white people who enslaved us gave us a Western version of Christianity. Christianity started in Africa, in Ethiopia, but that's not the version they gave us. They gave us their own version. So I would say right now, to me, it's a mixture because a lot of people, even some older people I know, they don't they don't subscribe to Western Christianity. Some of them do, and I see a lot of them who are. They also dive into Yoruba religion. They practice both of them. I know a couple Muslims. I even know a couple atheists. So I would say honestly, I feel like it's a lot diverse. I feel like now since we have a lot more information and
Right.
freedom and access to like question certain things, so I wouldn't say everybody's Christian. Just from what I've seen. I've seen like a people who worship Santa Claus, honestly. A lot of y'all boy not. But I'm like, hey, if Santa Claus keep you from robbing, raping, and killing people, go ahead, do your thing. That's my thing.
I think for the most part when I see the elderly women and the men, them boys usually be like, oh Jesus, 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 Jesus. So them boy they call it, so it sounds like they may be, you know, Christian, I guess because of the time, you know, because we just now seeing this time right here. We actually realizing this time right here. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like they
Word.
might be Christian from from which we came from. You get where I'm coming from? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
because that's what they was on. Because they was getting it forced down the neck, or that's all that was popular at the time. Like how right now, whatever's popular is cool. You know, so
Right,
ain't nothing
right,
new under the sun, but we just come after that generation right there.
right. Because I
Right.
gotta remember now, we was not allowed to read or write. We had to do it in secret, and the only book we was given was the Bible. So I can leave out with that information. But like I said, and I feel like it's how you interpret it. Because if y'all look at Denmark VC, he used that Bible to unite everybody and was about to blow Charleston up. He used the Bible. Nat Turner used the Bible. He said God told him that his people should not be enslaved and to slice off all the buckerhead, and that's what they did. Um, so I feel like it's how you use it. If you're gonna use it in a way that your oppressor use it, then you're not using it right. And that's why I don't trust people who, if you black and I go in your house, you got white Jesus on the wall. I'm a
What
I'm a
wrong with the
I'm
white
I'm
Jesus?
I'm questioning you. You black. Even the Bible
What
say
wrong with the
God
white
is
Jesus?
your God is made in your image. If you black, why is your God white? Because to
Why
me,
would you not
now
want to be white? We
no,
equate white with
no, that's
success.
what I say. If you black and you got a white God up, that means you symbolically believe that black people are devilish, are closer to the devil. Because that's how people operate. Come on, now. If you feel like white people are closer to God because that's who you have in your wall, then you are basically saying that black people are closer to the devil. That's at least that's how I interpret, and that's how people who have white Jesus in their house, to me, that's how they act. They have a lot of self hatred. They feel like if your skin darker, if you got kinky hair, they feel like it's
Well, how
bad, it's
about this?
ugly. But if you got the light, if you lighter, closer to white skin, blue
Uh,
eyes, then you closer to the angels, and which is
I find comfort in white
right.
Jesus. I'm a regular black person, and I find comfort in white Jesus. That's why I put him on my wall.
That's good
I
for
wrong.
you. That's good for you and your white Jesus. But my God, black. Okay, my God is black, blackety black, black. God made in my image. When I look in the mirror, that I see God. Okay, but that's just me. That is me. But y'all know kid half white, so that's kind of
What?
yeah.
You said half white? Boy, shit, boy. I rebuke you in the name of black Jesus. And I'm gonna be side eyeing the white Jesus pictures. Don't do that.
For real, man, because it just don't make no sense. It's like sat in the milk and clean with that picture. And then all the angels be white. And then honestly, going back to the media, because y'all remember them old cartoons? It was a cartoon, bruh, that I had just seen it on TikTok because they were tripping off it. The person had leprosy and their skin was black. And then the person that was supposed to be Jesus, of course, was white, had touched him and his skin turned white. I'm like, uh-uh. And it been y'all know them old religious cartoons. I'm like, look at the programming in our face.
I want to see that. Yeah, that's
I'm
hilarious.
like, what in the world? Them boy try to say, y'all know how them boy try to say black skin occurs. That's that propaganda.
You ever see that cool daughters of the dust?
I need to. People keep telling me about Daughters of the Dust. I need to watch that. I ain't gonna lie.
That's right. You see how you done got the boy rally up with the Spirit, the Holy Ghost, and the Trinity, Baba Shandi.
Right. Oh, highlight Bella comment because I wanna expand on that. You are right, and I know that because like black people are the original. So honestly, straight hair, blue eyes, any feature of human started with black people. We produce all of that. However, like I said, my God, I feel like God is made in your image, so my God needs to look like me. And if I'm going into another black person house, and if you don't got blue eyes, if you don't got white skin, and your God does not look, and the God that you have up doesn't look like you, I'm side eyeing you. Because to me, you don't love yourself. Because how can you love yourself? Because even if you look at the Chinese God, they gotta look like them. Even the ones who are Christian, they have a Chinese Jesus in their house.
No,
They don't got
no,
no white
it's
Jesus. They
not.
do. They do. They have a Chinese Jesus in their house. Same with the Mexicans. You ever been to a Mexican church? They ain't got no white man. I mean, some of them might, but the ones I've been to, they got a Mexican God up. Y'all go to the
You got,
Chinese restaurant. What they got up? They got
you got
Chinese
bring
gods all
cereal up there.
around. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I know all the characteristics and physical features started with us because we the original people. Because and everybody else honestly is just a mutated version of us. But as far as like God goes, I feel like my God gonna look like me. My hair, I got the tight crease,
Um,
the 4C here, and need to look
Look
like
here,
me.
Brooklyn. Brooklyn Bowling.
What,
Listen, let me tell you
what
something.
Brooklyn Bowen got going on? What's going on, Brooklyn
Because
Bowen?
Brooklyn Boys say don't mess with it. But somebody just had to say, have you guys seen the film Conrack?
Oh
Huh?
yeah, we just been talking about
So
that. You just
yeah,
came
we
on.
just been talking about that. I know, man. I might have to dig it back up and watch them.
The boy said keep him buried. Listen, I'm gonna watch him just cause y'all mentioned it. I never heard this movie, but the description I had looked up had already turned me off because it said a handsome Caucasian male basically teaches some poor black children.
Right. Poor black
But yeah,
children.
y'all,
And
yeah,
that's
language
what,
matters. Language mean a lot. Language and words. That's why I keep saying y'all see that propaganda. The bucker think they slick, but somebody literally just mentioning that. Like I could find, hopefully it's free because I'm not paying no money to see no losing Isaiah part two. But that's what that thing look like.
you gonna watch Conrack this weekend.
Some dang gonna come right.
I go watch Conrack
We
because
need
it
to
looks
make our own
terrible.
films. We need to make our own films so we can get the record straight. Everybody at home watching TV anyway. Exactly. Kiki said Ethiopian show Jesus with an afro. Exactly. And honestly,
I don't think
y'all
that's
know
right. I
Bible.
think they should show Jesus with a Pantene Pro V doing like that.
Uh-uh.
You see what I'm saying? Get these shit together. You see what I'm
They
saying?
serve God a black woman. Honestly, Bella, my God black too. That's when I speak about God, I call her my God pronouns is she and her, just because I'm a woman. I feel like God should be in your image. But some people say God is non-binary, God doesn't have a gender. More than welcome to, subscribe to that belief. But I just feel like, you know, God is made in my image and last I checked, I'm a woman. So my God is a black woman.
Amen to that. Y'all boy ain't saying nothing.
The boy laughing at Mexican Jews. I for real. Yeah, boy
Yeah,
laughing.
yeah, boy. So you think them boy got a little Mexican Jesus on the cross up there?
Them boy do, and also they got Mexican Mary, they got everything because you need to your culture and your religion got to reflect.
So you telling me the black people we the only one that look at a beautiful white Jesus?
Yep, because
Yeah,
we've been colonized. We've been colonized and brainwashed. That's how we need therapy too. Post traumatic
we're
slave
not the
syndrome.
only
Y'all
ones
look.
that been through this stuff.
Y'all look at
Everyone's
Dr.
been through it.
Jordan Grew, where
You need to
everybody
get
they
over it.
had they
You
had
need to
that
get over it.
freedom. Their religion was not stripped from them. They could have prayed to their own gods. We was the only one. Them boy called all our gods demonic. And but see, we had to pray to their gods. And how that look? Y'all gonna say our gods demonic, but y'all sitting there burning us up. Like literally, y'all see them lynching pictures? Literally, them boy. First of all, it wasn't enough to beat us up now. Them boy beat us up, strung us up from a tree, then set us on fire, and then some of them even ate us. Ate us. Like I was looking at it, I'm like, hold up now, because I seen it on TikTok. I'm like, no, y'all BSing. I looked that thing up. Them boy really been eating us. Like we
Animals.
been a burger. I'm like, what in the world? Nat Turner, they cut that man ear off. Them boy kept that junk as souvenirs. That's
Mm.
some like
Yeah, that's a different
that's
kind
some
of
that's
evil.
that's some real savage. Like that's to me that's some demonic stuff right there. Like that's demonic.
Kiki said I trolling. Hey, you got to be ready to take them trolls when you on the internet. 'Cause there be so many trolls trolling and trolling and trolling. Yes, I'm trolling right now. You guys need to get over slavery. That's what you guys need. You guys need to get over slavery. You guys need to just pull yourself up by your goddamn bootstraps and
But
stop
we
being
ain't even
such
got no boots. That's why I hate that
whiny
term.
little
When you put
babies.
yourself up from your bootstraps and we ain't even got no boots. Them boy didn't teeth the boot. Where y'all boys seeing?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Brooklyn born. It's always New York too, boy. New York.
Yeah, man, the bootstraps. Them boy done still teeth the boot. Them
The
boy didn't
boy
teeth
said.
our boot. Then tell us to pick yourself up from your invisible boots.
The boy said a boot strap. Yeah, because we don't take the boot. Look. Some might think I for real. Republican EG Chris. I stand with Trump. Trump the way. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, boy. Pull them up by the bootstraps, y'all
Oh, I
boy.
just seen that comment. They said they saw what documentary y'all seen? I want to see that. And they saw
Yeah, bro.
Gullah Geechee spirituality. That's why they asked if we was Gullah Geechee nation is Christianity or traditional. Because the documentary they saw, it looked like we were practicing African spirituality. And honestly, a lot of black people when we practice, we've been practicing African spirituality, we just don't know it. Like, cause I don't know, I feel like most black people, when you comb your hair out or you got loose hair, what your people done taught you? You either gotta burn them or flush them. You know, same with the
Yeah.
fingernails. That's what do you think that is? You know, when you in church putting the oil on your forehead, what you think that is? You know, even now they catching the Holy Ghost, what you think that is? Them boy do that right there on the continent. But I feel like he a little fool up down, yeah, because again, if you have a white Jesus and you catching the Holy Ghost for a white Jesus, I ain't know, I don't want to be possessed by no white Jesus now.
I mean, them boys say they trying to get
Uh-uh.
impregnated by the Holy Spirit, right?
Nope. Because they had a slave ship named Jesus, and I'm pretty sure the slave captains on them ship Jesus been white. So I get on that one. I am good on
Them
that
boys say,
one
pick
there.
yourself up by your toenails. Y'all on here tripping, man. Just want to get on here so we can damn trip all the time. That's all y'all do is laugh and play and learn. Mhm. Yeah, I can see you and you right there, the big you. That's not fool
The
up with
what?
them. The big version of you right there.
Ooh, which one you
Basically I
on?
can see him on the monitor.
Oh,
Yeah.
you tripping because I own my phone and he got about shoe computers.
I ain't got no, I got two monitors, phone.
Oh, y'all talking about that Vice documentary? I gotta check it out, y'all. I got beef with Vice.
Which one
I
now?
got beef with Vice. You know that one that popped up that said Gullah Geechee a vanishing nation. I have issues with people
Yeah.
be saying and Gullah Geechee is vanishing. I feel like that's people who not in the community. Because again, I work with them churn. Them churn. So most churn they come to school, pre-K, so they be about 3 or 4. Them boy be Geechee down. Geechee down. I'm trying to get mad. They be like, I box you. That Geechee.
Yeah.
Geechee down. Them boy be saying all this busing. Like Geechee is not dying at all. Like at all. I feel like traditional Gullah, yes, that's we starting to see a decline, but that's only because again, people look at it as not even a real language. Even people who speak the language. Like I be going downtown to the people who make the baskets and I be asking them ladies because I want to learn more and they be like, "Oh, I'm not Gullah, I'm not Geechee. But you making the basket and you talking Geechee. So it's like I would say traditional Gullah is vanishing if we don't get the elders to even be open because you got elders who do know traditional Gullah, but they don't want to teach nobody. And my thing is if you don't pass it on to the next generation, that thing could die. He could die with you. And what good is that gonna do? You know? That's so anything I learn, I make sure I teach. I love teaching. Anything I learn, they be like, "Oh, how you get that?" I let them boy know what exactly where I got it from, what's going on. I love teaching. Pass it on to the next, you know. But I can check
Man,
that
them
out.
boys say
That
Vice.
documentary
Them
out.
boys say Vice full of shit.
They is, they is, they is, they full of pure nanny. I said we need to make our own documentaries, make our own movies, make our own films, especially something like Lovecraft. I absolutely love Lovecraft. That
Yeah,
junk
let's crack
was
off the
so
scene, man.
good. We need some monsters and vampires, especially in Charleston. Like just imagine like a Bucker couple. They moved to Charleston, right? And they buy up a old house in downtown Charleston that used to be owned, by Gullah Geechee family. And the Gullah Geechee family, I guess the grandma whoever had died in it, and they just start hunting them boy. Like that'd be a good movie. Somebody make that. People be peeping ideas every day anyway. Go ahead. I gave y'all boy permission. Go ahead and keep that one. I won't see that.
What? You get them both permission to teach them?
Yeah. Or give us the resources so we can make them. I'll make it happen now. I will make it happen. A Bucker couple, they move in to either downtown or a house on the island somewhere that was owned by Gullah Geechee family now. So they got they people them buried and them boy get haunted. The Bucker them get haunted.
Boy said we be dying. Boy said gotta get the people out there disappearing, you know. They out there dying. But but we ain't right, y'all.
We ain't dying. We giving birth to more Gullah Geechee every day.
Yeah, trust me, a lot more.
Right, Kiki. I get tired of that too, and I be talking about that on TikTok. Like when people be saying African Americans don't have culture, and honestly, I feel like go back to language. It goes back to language because that's how them boy got us. If we looked at how did Africa, it's a book called Destruction of Black Civilization. It let y'all know how them Bucker came in and
Mm,
chopped up Africa. We was already beefing over tribalism, dumb stuff. Oh, you Muslim, you Christian, you traditional, this dumb stuff. We've been already beefing, and that's when the boys swooped in, divide and conquer. Um, and I feel like that's what them boy doing now. Like I don't lose my train of thought. What Kiki has say? Oh yeah, African Americans no got culture. Bam. I feel like that's a part of how they divide and conquer because honestly, the first quote unquote African Americans been Gullah Geechee. We all Charleston, Georgia, and I want to say was it Florida too, but just the
North
coast
Carolina.
that been the main ports, especially the Chuck, the main slave ports. So most of us been coming through, yeah, and then them boy had to spread us out. So honestly, all of us, most African Americans, I would say freaking most like 90%, probably even higher, originally Gullah Geechee. But we migrated and spread out. Them boy done, wherever the bucker went, they took us with them. You know, but if we don't look at each other like that, then we're not going to think of us. Oh, okay, so this is a part of my culture too. Because if you look at soul food, what is soul food? What is the collard greens? What does all that come from? When people talk about I miss my soul food, they don't go up north for soul food. You come down south to the roots. You know,
Right. Well, hey, what is soul food? That's a damn good question.
that's our food. I feel like that's the food of our ancestors. Real soul food. Not as like I said, not as soaking that pig in the greens for 3 days. We had to do that out of necessity. We did that out of necessity.
The neck bone don't
Uh-uh.
go with the green and all that. They don't go with the
I
green.
mean, like, I feel like we did that out of necessity. Like, I understand, we can make it taste good, but if you can cook, you can make anything taste good, man. Because that stuff killing us right now. And then, honestly, if you even look at, because I've been looking at how our people was cooking back in the G, they cooked a lot of vegetables. So I don't even get why I be bumping into grown adults who be like, "Oh, I don't like vegetables." How you mean?
You said
How
adults.
you mean?
That's what adults be saying.
Yeah, grown adults. Like, well, I don't like vegetables. How you mean? Where you cooking your food with? You just cooking,
Oh,
you saltine the neck bones with chicken. How you mean? You need some veggies on that plate, man. Like that farm to table, how
shit.
everybody on this farm to table movement, that junk started with us. We've been growing, we've been the first ones to do everything. We've been out here on an agriculture tip. So like we've been doing all of that stuff. All of that stuff. I
I
feel like
mean,
that's soul food. I feel like
BS. He said you gotta put raisin in the in the potato
uh-uh.
salad. Wow, LDS.
I know
I
I know
just
about no
playing. He ain't said that.
reason
He ain't said
now.
that. He ain't said that. He
No,
said
I'm
nah.
about to say I know about no reason now.
You about to come down on that man just now.
Right, hey, okra rice, hey, we on the same vibe, Kiki, because I just made some West African peanut soup yesterday. That thing been too good. That thing been bussin'. Then I make them from scratch. I got my little tomato, saute my little tomato down. Got my little onion, and I saute my collard greens. I was raised up like that. They put the little bacon fat in the collard greens, but I stopped doing that because like I said, I told y'all before, my daddy died when I was 14. He had a stroke. He been a
Yeah,
butcher, so he ate meat and all that every day. He been a
heart
butcher, so
disease.
he had access to it exactly. Yeah, heart disease, and he didn't go to the hospital because them doctors treat you wrong. So he like, what I going to the hospital for? You know? Oh, I just started, I salted my collard greens, and it tastes good. I'm thinking busting. I squeeze a little lemon juice in them.
Gotta get you people today. Them boy gonna put that sausages in their red rice now.
Hmm. It's other
And
ways to make them know. If that's the only thing they know, but it's other ways to make them. I feel like if you know how to cook, then you can make anything taste good. Anything. But if you ain't know how to cook, then y'all boy can just see that. You know.
them
You
boy
right,
talking
Brooklyn born 80th Street. It's not this, but it has moved. It's moving. It's moving, and like I said, you got a lot of some elders who do speak Gullah, and they don't want to teach nobody. Cause I done been asking. I've been asking for a while, and to the point, like I say, man, you asking and and I just stopped asking. I was like, well, I'll just let people know what I know.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't about to beg nobody now.
No. Definitely don't beg for that. Don't beg now. You see little DS trying to redeem himself. So
He lying
no.
that boy about them reasons. About them reasons. He lied on them boy. But y'all right, man. Don't let nobody say African Americans not got culture. We got plenty of culture. Even especially everything. My homegirl, she I think she just moved back to no, she moved to South America. But she was in Brazil. She's a dance teacher, and her focus is diasporic dances, African diaspora dances. Cause everything, even down we thinking the Dougie. You know what they doing now? All these little TikTok dances, all that junk come back, trace back to Africa. We just call it a different thing, but all them dance moves, like that's just how connected we are, like within our spirit, like everything. We are so African, but we just don't realize what is actually African, like what makes us black. But like we are more connected than we are different. And like I said, how I look at us, I feel like we are Africans in America, just like they got Africans in Europe. You got Africans, on the Caribbean, and you got Africans on the continent.
Like,
We all over. Africa's in India, all over, man. Black folk is all over.
oh damn. That's pretty sharp. That's pretty sharp to say right there. Gold leaf.
You right though. You right. You were so right. You was absolutely right. And honestly, I'm not even gonna say our elders. I'm gonna say old people because I feel like to be an elder, you gotta earn that title. Just because you old don't make you an elder. I feel like
So
elders already understand.
you saying them boy old people. So instead of elder boy old people. So rephrase
Yeah,
that.
the ones who like that, because not everybody that's old is an elder. I feel like an elder already understand. Like an elder will be more than happy to teach the youth, to teach the younger people, and that be my thing. Them boy be like, all these young people out here wilding. Okay, teach them boy. They don't got no manners because nobody taught them manners. Teach them. That's why I'm inside the schools. I'm inside the communities. Like I love the term people call bad. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite because I know they're not bad. They just
Yeah.
need somebody to teach them what's good. Because they've been hearing bad all their life. They don't even understand what's good and what's bad. You know, but yeah, I don't. I feel it's because you old. I don't make you no elder. You gotta be out here putting in that work to be an elder.
And
You're a
you
geeky
see the thing down
Jamaican.
there? Huh? Look.
You jokey me, y'all.
We start y'all wife playing too much, man.
Where man, I feel like you should earn that elder title, but that is me.
Yeah.
That is my opinion.
Yeah. Cause I done seen some teacher back in Star. I ain't gonna say no name, but them boy ain't been acting their age type thing. And you know what I talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know
Yep.
exactly what I talking about.
Oh, them boys
I
say
ain't,
the drill
I
off.
ain't, I ain't blast them on the net, but he
No, them
always
boy don't get no
been
clout.
fool
You
out.
ain't get no free clout off of us.
He always been fool out. Mm-mm.
Yeah, exactly. Red rice ain't nothing but jollof, and they got plenty of different versions. They got vegetarian versions, they got seafood versions, and they got different. And just like how you got Charleston red rice and you got West Savannah red rice, they both got the jollof wars in on the continent in West Africa. You got Nigeria, Ghana, you know,
Would y'all eat
and
with
even
y'all hands? Would y'all
what?
sit down and eat with y'all hands? I done have plenty of people tell me I never take you nowhere to eat with me if you gonna eat with your hands. It's disgusting. Would you eat
Well, them
like how the Africans do?
what them boy calling nice.
So
I
they
would eat
don't.
with my hands by myself right now, though. But as a group, being that we in Corona land,
Yeah,
I ain't know
minus
about
the
that.
runner though. Minus the runner. You a chow down with your hand like that and a big
Yeah,
old
and
spoon.
And it's not even just Africans. A lot of indigenous cultures eat with their hand because to them that's community, that's culture. You know, you in communion with your people.
Put them and see over here. Them boys say, go ahead and put them germs in. Uh, and then
All
everybody
right,
eating.
yeah, boy. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's how they do. Uh-oh. Yeah, it does come out very immature. Vegetable. The boy too when adults say they don't like vegetables. Like
Oh, exactly,
that little children. I want a
Brooklyn.
lollipop as a side.
Brooklyn born had said something important. She said all that stuff that we eat every Sunday was supposed to be for celebration, not every day. You right. You were so right. But people
Yeah.
eat that every day and they wonder why. And then what be killing me? And if y'all watch the Boondocks, they had mentioned this too. Y'all remember that? I think, matter of fact, I think it was the Soul Food episode. Well, Big Mama had died of high blood pressure, heart disease, the whole nine. And then the boy had a funeral and they was eating the same food that killed her. Like, bruh,
Yes. Yes.
bruh. Like, what in the world? Like, what in the world? Listen, this is actually my favorite cartoon.
Hey,
I'm
you
not gonna.
stupid man.
Or anime.
Hey,
I mean, cartoon cartoon. I feel like
you
we
ain't
watch
lying
the
though.
same
You ain't lying. I didn't even think about that. Shit. They come back to eat the
thing.
same food because she died from food related diseases.
Right.
And
They gonna eat the same food that killed her.
well, they got the collard greens with the ham in it. At least it's still
Uh-uh.
green. That's good for you.
Uh-uh. That ain't even green no more. That ain't nothing but ham.
We'll be overcooking that shit for you. Green, can't eat everybody green.
The
So I
food do
saying,
taste better. I love eating with my hand.
I see you eating with that folk, that European folk.
Uh-uh. Them folks is very European.
Let me show you. See, look at them. What talking pearl? Want some chicken bog? That chicken
Chicken
bog,
bowl.
chicken bog.
The perlo. How y'all pronounce them? Y'all pronounce them perlu or perlo? And one of my
Blue did say that they eat with their hand because they get more flavor in it. And I think what he's saying is the dirt from under the nail get on the food and add more flavor.
you know dang on dirt. Y'all know it been a video on TikTok. I love TikTok, yeah boy. Go follow me, Geechee Experience or Geechee Goddess. It been a video of somebody granny and she been eating collard greens with her hand. And I'm like, what? And they ain't even been from South Carolina. I forgot where they been from. But they ain't even been from South Carolina. And that's what going back to why I say how we so African, but we don't even realize what like we don't even realize what's a part of our culture. That blackness. So I'm like, oh wow. And she been digging into that food. She been going in. Granny ain't been playing. Them green been leaving. You know how the
Mm-hmm.
green got the juice on them? She had cut that thing real good. They get the green. She dip them in that rice. Listen, she ain't been playing no game. She been eating like she been fresh out the pen. Did at least 20 years. Granny ain't been playing.
Okay, we're playing. Where y'all boy from, man? Everybody on here just talking up and then because we got one here confused me. Brooklyn born '83. Going on where y'all from? That when you that mean that ain't don't confuse you, Brooklyn because you know exactly what I say. Um, what the hell y'all from? I want to
Where
know.
y'all boy from? Where y'all coming in
Brooklyn,
from?
Philly.
Them boys say Philly. Hey, I got family in Philly. I just found out my island side is Philly. And rumor has it they say that I'm related to Richard Allen. He was the I think he started the first AME church in Philly. So
We
if your
name
last name Allen, or if you got Allens, we could be Ken.
we got Philly, we got Savannah all day. All right. New Jersey, New Jersey. Let me stop. Um, you see there, look, vouching. Oh, your phone nanny, fam.
Don't be tripping off my phone. I hit the wrong button. See, I don't be like the trip now because you on the street laptop.
State, boy from Statesboro, Lake City. Lake City by
Lake City, that by PD in it? Or I get
that
it
by
mixed up.
Lake City by Florence, I think. You got London, England. Correct.
London, England. Y'all boys say in it. It been
And
some
what is
TV
it?
show. Everybody kept sending us like all them boys saying in it, and they from the UK. Where does the in it come from? Like, where are the black people from that's in the UK? Is a lot of people from the Caribbean?
Leroy, 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 Leroy. Can you drop them chicken wing, please? Virginia.
Virginia in the building.
I heard them police don't play out there, boy. Mm, better be driving straight. Bloop, bloop, bloop. How fast you're going, sir? Mosley. My sister and boy named Mosley too.
Oh yeah, boy could be Ken.
You know, y'all boy could be no king.
You know that.
I don't know these people. Yeah, see him boy taking him. Yeah, he said he
Where
did him
y'all
in
boy
Ghana.
be going to Africa? I wanna go to Africa. I feel like if I go, I ain't gonna come back though.
Of course you will.
Mm-mm.
Cause you know why? Cause the white man ice way colder than the black man ice. You
Oh
understand?
yeah.
So you need to stay far from over there and stay over here. I mean, what's wrong? You got your freedoms. You know, you get treated good. You get housing over here. We clothe you. Like, come on. Why do you want to stay?
Yeah, no. We're going on from Chicago.
All right.
Every time when I see Chicago, I think about that movie Chirac when Nick Cannon had all the rappers from Chicago been mad. They been like, Nick
So he
Cannon,
trying to bang. And dog
uh.
said he glad to be in the bang because he trying to bang with us. Boy ain't know nothing about that right there, boy. That boy ain't know nothing about that right there. Okay, Mosley. Thank you, Miss Mosley. Miss Mosley. Hold on
How
now.
long we been on? We been on y'all for like an hour, y'all boy. Y'all want to get y'all last minute question in, man.
That mean you about to go to sleep.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Lady Island in the building.
My boy said we got something ironic. We got a lot of low country lingo we got from y'all. Like what, John King? Please share.
And where you from?
We say per low.
Perlo.
Perlo. Perlo. See how I talking to them now. I'm glad I cursing so much on y'all boy. For y'all to be like, dang, I
Ooh,
thought get your
Baba
friends all
Jojo.
clean. I thought them boy had curse and thing. But listen, try to keep it PG for the turn last year, but 2021 and 2020 is here. All right, because 2020 ain't going nowhere. That's just gonna be in the back of our mind. Yeah, I know about that. And then 2021, I cursing.
Oh, that's cool. Thing saying Chicago, John King, a story ass dude equal a liar. Oh yeah, when we say
Oh,
it's you story if you lying.
Story ass.
Damani, want to know how to book us? You can email us, Damani.
Yeah, yeah. Email us. Well, okay, yeah. That's so. That's what they say. They call a liar a story ass dude. And we just say you storian.
Story gun.
Like a pale granny, you storian.
And you can go to our website, the book button, right on the front. No, you can email us at chrisandakua@geishaexperience.com.
Oh shit. Let's say flam flake. A flam flake is a person who don't keep your word. Yeah, that's flam. No, what is
Well,
flam
okay,
flake?
Chicago.
Flam flam. Spit out.
Oh, we got a
Oh,
super
oh, oh, boom.
chat.
Huh? Yeah.
We got a super chat.
Yeah,
Danae
yeah.
said
So now,
hello.
how you gonna deny this one? My man dropped a five. All right, and now he asked him a question, so we got to answer this question. Hello, do you communicate with Queen Quet of the Gullah Geechee people? Do you communicate with Queen Quet?
Hello. We communicate with people who communicate with us. We are very open. You see, we be on social media all day, every day. So we could pretty much communicate with people who want to communicate with us. We open
Um,
in
so
that
pretty much no, we
sense.
don't communicate with Queen Quet of the Gullah Geechee people, but we don't communicate with a good bit of people. You know, that's how they're doing this. You know, so um,
But
salute.
we open, y'all
To
boy.
salute to what she doing, you know, she holding her, you know, she serving her, you know, part in the body. You get what I'm saying? But no,
Period. Period. And
no
that's
hard feelings or nothing
love.
like that. Just no.
Period.
Boom. Carrie G. Say y'all my favorite man.
You my fave
Y'all
too,
my
Carrie
favorite.
G.
But yeah, that's all. I know people been asking that, don't man, for real. Y'all need to. Do y'all talk to Queen Quet and all that? No,
But like
no.
you say, y'all, it ain't no hard feelings. It's so much work in our community to do. So it's like we're not out here seeking to speak to nobody who don't want to speak to us, because it's a lot of work that need to be done in our community. So it's like I said, if people want to speak to us, they know how to reach us. You know, Brooklyn in the house.
Oh snap.
What's going on, Carrie G? Y'all know a lot of y'all know something that I want to know, and I wonder if y'all boy can answer that for me. Why so many Gullah Geechee people went to Brooklyn?
Yeah,
Right. All them boy done come back. Like
boy
a
live
lot
in
of
New York.
us. Like we just been like, you know what, we gotta leave the South. And everybody just been like, you know what, let's go to New York. Like everybody named mama just been like, New York is where we going. But yeah, man, we love people from Brooklyn. Brooklyn be showing us love. A lot of them flag orders, people that been ordering flags, them boy been from New York.
All the boys say how you spell Bakra.
Um,
That's how I spell them right there. That's how I spell your ass right there. The first one you put down.
yeah. Why you put a M after Buckram?
Bakra and Bakram. I'm gonna say Bakram.
Oh, Buckram. Yeah, you can spell it like that. Some people spell it with a C or a K. How I see it, that I be telling people is that since Gullah Geechee technically is a spoken language, right? So to me, it ain't really no right or wrong way to spell certain words within our language. Like some people be like, oh, how do you spell churn? How do you spell this? We can show y'all how we spell them, but until we come out collectively now, because Geechee ain't just us, until we come up with an official dictionary, then you spell them how you pronounce them and how you see fit. Some people, spell churn Churn. Some people spell it Chern.
True that.
Yeah, we done see Geechee spelled so many different ways. I even see
Yeah.
somebody put a Y. I'm like, oh Lord, I don't think I add that to the dictionary now. But I mean, hey, if majority rules, I guess. Like,
Them boys say they trying to see how they can support the Geechee movement. It ain't just a movement, fale. It ain't just no movement. You know what I'm saying? It's a culture, man. It's a way of life. But Geechee long time ago. Remember Geechee won awards, them boy been out here, been way before us. You know how you can support the movement, bro.
But I mean, support us, support people out here doing the work. You know, oh, I can't think of her last name, but she's from Pan African Empowerment. If y'all Google her, Teresa, she's actually out here. She got receipts. She's actually out here. The money she get that people donate to save land, she has actual receipts that show she's out here saving people land.
Right,
We focus on education and empowering our community. You know, we from the hood, so that's where our stomping grounds is in. We got our boots on the ground out there, helping people. So I mean, there's so many different ways you can support. You know, like I said, you can look on our page, see who we done interviewed and linked up with. But that's the only ones I can really think of top of my head. Gullah Gullah Island family, love them boy. They was my first exposure to anything Gullah. You know, them boy just dropped the Patreon. Them some people you can support, and like I said, and of course y'all can support us. Go to
yeah. Follow,
geecheexperience.com.
follow,
We got some good
go
stuff
follow
going on.
everybody on Instagram, all kind of thing. Everything called Geechee. Go ahead, follow them, boy. You kind of see what they doing there. That's what he's saying. You
Hmm.
support like that.
Oh, look at Carrie G. Can we highlight Carrie G?
Jerry G.
I ain't never met an ugly Carrie. Never.
Oh
They so
wow.
beautiful. They so beautiful. But y'all
Carrie,
see what Carrie
that
G
mean you
said?
beautiful, Carrie.
Carrie is very beautiful. I feel softly attempting to standardize Gullah man power it more. So true, because that's the only reason why Gullah is still stigmatized because it's not standardized, you know? So they still see it as something inferior, something that needs to be fixed, but it's not broken. We just need to standardize our language. Just like how if y'all look up, it's something called the Crown Act that Dove Coalition they created with other people. And so basically now it is illegal to discriminate. Y'all know y'all been seeing in the news a lot of churn and some adults, mainly churn though. If they gotta cut their hair if they want to be a part of a certain school, if you have dreadlocks or wearing your hair out natural with afros.
Yeah,
So now they have this thing called the Crown Act where you cannot legally discriminate against someone, with afro texture or any kind of black hair. But they only passed it in like I want to say 3 or 4 states. And I feel like that's what we need to do with Gullah Geechee language or black languages in general. We need to standardize it and make it to where you can't discriminate against somebody who speaks Gullah Geechee. If you don't speak it, get them boy a translator. Accommodate. Ain't that's what America is here for? Doesn't America have so many opportunities? Land of the free. Like I just saying.
land of the
I
free
just
girl.
saying.
That's the opportunity to be able to be free, America.
'Cause I don't feel free over here. Oh, he said Pop used to say children. Children.
Sherman,
Children. No, but he got an
Sherman.
L, unless the L silent.
Yeah, they
Oh
silent.
no, chillin'. Them see that's traditional gullah chillin', honey for chillin' the crack of the tea and all type of joke and a thing like that.
You stupid. Yo. You, you can do that again.
Why?
Well, yeah, this business now. Okay.
Oh, I've been looking at the comments. What? All of them boys say chillin', honey for chillin' the crack of the tea. See, can y'all be acting this switch traditional gullah? I only know a few. Um, Hunter
It's
for chilling the crack
children,
of the tea
children.
and all type of joke and the ting like that. Hey y'all boy, and I had a song, but Chris said whack. But wouldn't this be a dope song? Ting like that, ting like that, ting like that, ting like that, ting like that.
Fuck.
Listen, that'll be a hit with the churn. That would be a hit. They be having them churn watching Bucker people singing about macaroni. Macaroni is
Hey,
yellow.
listen,
I be like, what is going
I ain't gonna lie.
on?
Low key, that thing that pissed me off a little bit when you had to say that. I'm like, you serious, man? Saying you think like Jen?
Yes, listen, them educational videos so trash. Macaroni is yellow. Avocados is green. I'm like, uh-uh.
And see,
Uh-uh.
macaroni yellow because he processed. Got all people out here say,
vocab video. We gonna drop another vocab video on y'all boy. We need that one low minute.
But I know we supposed to call him crust and share the fudge. Get it. Cool, man. John Kane, that
John,
name sounds so familiar. Sound like
he
I
in the
used to work with a
Bible.
man named
Ain't that
John
ain't
Kane.
that a Bible? Ain't your name in the Bible, John King?
No, John 3, I think it's John 3:16.
That's a scripture right there.
That's a scripture. Hallelujah bundle. That my tongues. I ain't even gonna drop them Holy Spirit tongues on y'all, boy. I know how to
Oh
activate my
wow.
tongue.
Leroy said there's still schools in the UK that have been discriminating against Afro hair up until recently. Oh wow. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's to say white supremacy. Is that not a mental illness? How you gonna tell somebody that they hair that naturally grew out their head is wrong? How you gonna tell them boy it's wrong? Like that's a mental illness. Like why you worried about how my hair grew? Or what style I got my hair in? If that ain't interfering with my ability to work or learn in your school, then leave me alone. That's a
Well, it's
mental
that your hair
illness.
is so kinky, coily that we're afraid that some of your Negro voodoo hair might drop inside of the food and customers might see it. We don't want them
That's
to
how them
think
boy
that
be acting for real.
we got you guys working in the back, do we? Them boys say the word low minute. Boy, hey, I ain't see that whole thing in low minute. Can't
Hmm. Like we ain't drop no vocab video in a low minute, but we got y'all boy. Them boy be
That's what.
teething out content, y'all man. Y'all make sure y'all see them boy teething out content. Call them boy out. Give us credit. Mama Nee, or is it Mama Nee? I'm gonna say Nee because that look it spelled like how they spell Nene. Mama Nee said I brought y'all up to my daughter. We in Cali and love y'all. We love y'all too.
Yeah.
Word. Listen, we do. Black people talk differently everywhere. I feel like we are displaced African tribes. You know, like for real, for real. That's all we is. We displaced African tribes, man. Because everywhere you go, black people got their own lingo, but in different cities, they got their own little thing going on. Same as we've been in the actual village. And even within Charleston. Because, like, downtown Charleston Geechees sound different from North Charleston Geechees and West
Yeah,
Ashley Geechees, Island
it's
Geechees.
actually
Like
way
we
different.
all speak Geechee, but it's different.
Georgetown too.
Hmm.
Yeah, Georgetown one sound way different.
Yeah, and don't they say
But
Bunkus or something?
it sound very similar.
And one of them boys say Bunkus, and we say Bunky.
And some people say bunkum and bunty. A lot of black people.
Y'all see that?
Them boys say, y'all ever been to King Street, South Carolina? Boy, yeah.
Yeah, we did an event
Where
out
the
there.
county?
Listen, my mind been blown because I seen black people on horses. I'm like, hold up now. I mean, just freely. I won't bring that drink to the truck, man. Be low hurt churny to see that. Them boy been on horses, had to churn up there. Like, it was good. We was at
Yeah.
some park. It was a big park. If you from King Street, you probably know what I'm talking about. But
And then
yeah, we went up there.
the town part look old. I mean, it looked like it's a Bennettsville type of old, you know.
It ain't really been much out there, but it had a lot of space. And it was I want to say I forgot her name. I think her name been Sabrina, and she was a part of she had a black gun club, if I ain't mistaken. I forget the name. I forget the name of the club. I don't forget the name of them. My bad, job boy.
Take your time.
Thank you.
Hey, look, yeah, he about to end, y'all boy. He about to end. Thank you, Geico. I appreciate it. Y'all text me this late at night. That what they do? And no
That Geico,
manner.
they want their money. They ain't care what time he is.
No manner. They done got their money in the name
But
of
yeah,
black.
yeah, boy. You about that time? This my last week of school until I officially on the spring break. So I am gonna log off. I need to do my people. My
Such as
last one,
spring
y'all
break.
boy.
Hey, we appreciate y'all, boy. Tell your friends and your mom and everybody to subscribe and all that, you know, so we can unlock other stuff.
Your friend, your mama,
Your
your
friends,
granny.
yeah, the granny, the side pieces that y'all ain't doing right with. Um, all of them. Just tell everybody to, get in was one big web. Subscribe and
And
follow
for
us on the ground
real.
too.
On the gram. Don't follow us on Facebook, man, because we finna transition off Facebook. Facebook is lame. Facebook for
Facebook,
business?
yeah, Facebook
Lame.
flam, mega
Mega
flam,
flan.
and y'all boy, listen, everybody who on this live right now, y'all boy got access to a low 5% off type of thing. All you gotta do is type in STEMI 5. So it's
What that to me say?
STIMMY 5 when you shop on our website. Get your experience.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, man, I getting low tired. Young boy about to kick you out. So what y'all boy about to do? About to
So we can see y'all boy next time on the Lizzie.
Peace.